Hello guys, this is the Master Teacher Serene. We're back again with another video. Today we're going to talk about businesses. Business. Yeah, it's quite a simple question, but it's quite interesting as well for everybody to be able to know this kind of thingy and decide on things right now. Because the younger we are, the more decisions we take, the more actions we take, the better the future is going to get for us. So it's very important for every young person or every individual right here on earth to decide on certain things. Today we're going to decide on the type of investors anybody should be. You know, investing is for everybody. No, not everybody has to be an entrepreneur or a businessman or own a business, but everyone has to invest. Investing is not just about putting funds into some businesses for it to be profitable to you in the future. Investing is also your time, your energy. So pretty much everyone has to invest in some ways or the other. So basically, we all invest in this life. But then the problem is to know the kind of investor each of us might be. Or if you're not yet interested in business now, but maybe in the future, let's say you are 10 years old, who or what kind of investor do you want to be? There are basically two types of investors. There are basically cash flow investors, and there are capital gain investors. So cash flow is more like kind of investment that you put in the money to work for you for a long period of time. And basically the idea behind is that your asset is going to gain value. It is going to appreciate over time, and this is called cash flow. Unlike cash flow, we have capital gain. Capital gain is not really something that is run on a long journey, a long time kind of scheme. It's more like a fast kind of, fast-paced made money. So basically, capital gain is pretty much somebody that will go and buy something at a low price and sell it at a high price. That's capital gain investor or investment. Yeah, so according to what I've just said now, if you have come to understand what is cash flow investor and capital gain investor, I'll take some more example just to make it more clear. For example, cash flow investors mostly, let's say the most common example would be real estate. So let's say you buy a house and the house will be appreciating, and so on a very long, like on a long term kind of thingy. So this is cash flow investment. But then if, let's say, in a case where if you buy a property that does not have that much value, and even if it can give you a little bit of money, but that might mean that for you to get back the capital, and you might not be able to make it when you're still alive. Maybe your children or your great-grandchildren might take over. But that's the kind of negative kind of cash flow, because there's negative kind of cash flow and positive kind of cash flow. So the negative cash flow is pretty much when you can, get a capital return first when you're alive, or at a certain period of time. And so let's say you get the idea, right? So basically that's the point. And positive cash flow is the kind of cash flow that you invest big, you get big over a certain period of time. Let's say you buy a very nice apartment, tall building with different apartments, and at a very nice location and very pricey, I guess, but you bought it at a reasonable price back then in the past, and now the place has already appreciated, and so you've built it, and now the people are there, and let's say within like a year, 2 years, you've become, you've made double the money that you invested. This is a positive cash flow. But then over the years, it will always continue to increase. This is perfect. So unlike cash flow, capital gain is more like fast-paced and let's say you go and do some sort of direct exporting or import-export business. You buy products in a different country, you sell them at a higher price, you buy them at a low price. So this kind of investment is called capital gain investment. So the question now is, what kind of investor are you? Are you a capital gain investor or cash flow investor? If I would ask the same question to myself, my answer would be that I'm not so sure if the context would be maybe a very essential thingy to get into consideration here. Because let's say you are in Japan or you are in Congo, the business environment is totally different. The kind of opportunity that you have there is totally different. The cost of land in America, the cost of land in Congo, or in some other parts of Africa is totally different. The amount of money that you might make in some sort of cash flow business, even if you have a very nice location, is totally different. So let's say context really matters here. It depends on how much resources you have, your capabilities, the financial capabilities, and certain resources, the market research that you've done. If people are already making it there, in terms of cash flow, long-term investment, I think I would go for cash flow ideally. But for if let's say you don't have much capital yet and you're trying to get some more cash, I think capital gain will be better, because in, let's say, developing countries, they really lack certain things, even toothbrush, let's say certain things like it's very kind of a struggle. They kind of import everything from abroad. So if you can be able to buy at a low price and go there and resell at a very high price, you might make much more money, so that you can get to the point where you can invest in very huge businesses in sort of long-term investment. So basically, yeah, I think both should be okay. And I would say if mostly rich people, very rich people, might be doing 50-50 because they already have a lot of capital, so they can do yes, so they can do cash flow investing. But then if they are kind of struggling, or they are still trying to find themselves, maybe most might be into 80% of capital gain and maybe 20% of cash flow. So yeah, put on the comment, what kind of investor are you? Are you a capital gain investor or a cash flow investor, and why? Thanks for watching. That was your boy, the master teacher Serene. And yes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to support a small channel that is trying to grow. But we here bringing content that is important for the youth specifically, and those that kind of messed it up, because let's say a lot of us are ignorant because not by choice, but maybe the environment. And yeah, you don't have to go to business school to learn something. You don't have to be a preacher. You don't have to be this and this to share something with others. It's very important somehow to not just be distracted on things that might not add any value in our lives. So we need to share some important thingy like businesses, that things that can help us some days to think better and do better. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.